Okay, so this is the chart that we complete at the end of each session. So you'll see it's got the child's name, the adult's name. Here it has space to make it really clear exactly what you've been working on. So this is a new sheet. So the first task, task A, we're working on high frequency words: the, was, is, we, and me. Okay. So at the end of every session, then we record our day's data down here. So there's a box to put the correct responses and the incorrect responses. And then at the top of the chart, you'll notice that every line going down is corresponding to the days. Okay, starting with Monday and going across. So you always plot your day's data for that particular day on the line on the chart that corresponds to that. So we started this chart on Monday. So on Monday, Jess got 21 right and 2 wrong in that 1 minute probe that we did. So I've marked on with a blob where she got 21 correct. And then here I've marked on the 2 that she got wrong, and I've used a cross to mark that incorrect answer. And the reason that we use blobs and crosses and not all crosses or all blobs is so that if your lines begin to cross over, which can sometimes happen, it means that you can still see which line is which. Okay, so then at the end of every session, you literally just write how many they've got right, how many they got wrong, and plot that number for correct and incorrect on the chart like this. And then you join the blob to the previous blob or the cross to the previous cross. So Jess and I have been doing this task for 4 days now, so it's now Thursday. And every day, especially once you've got more than 3 days, you have to really use your data to kind of reflect on whether the teaching methods that you're using are working. So with Jess, we used flashcards. That seems to be working for her. She's motivated by it. And looking at the data, we can see that, especially for that first 3 days, she was actually beginning to make some sort of steady progress in a positive direction, obviously going up. And over time, we can see that whereas she started getting 2 wrong, now she's just on 1. So I would say that that's pretty good progress. Today, she didn't get as many right, but it might be that it's a bit later in the week. She might be a bit tired. We're doing this at the end of the day instead of these sessions we've done at the beginning of the day. So it could just be that she's just a bit tired at this end of the day and not sort of concentrating as much. I'm keeping all of that information in my head and I'm using that all the time to think, right, is what we're doing working for this child, and do we carry on doing what we're doing, or do we change the task slightly and maybe have then a task B where perhaps if it didn't feel like these words were working, maybe they were too difficult or we were doing too many words at once, we would change what we were doing, say what we were doing instead, draw a line down the chart and then start again. So you can have more than one task on a chart. Okay, but for now, looking at this data, I would say actually I think I'm going to give it a few more days and see if we can sort of begin to get that line going back up again to a point where it looks like she probably won't get any more right in a minute, because there is obviously a limit to how many a child will be able to do in 1 minute. So tomorrow we're going to carry on doing exactly what we've done today, and then I'll plot the data and then I'll use that to help me work out where we go after that.